Hello and welcome to Fire in the Belly Boardroom Talks. Today we have myself, Mighty Pete, and we're joined by Veronica Bodano.
Hi, Pete. Thank you
Uh,
so much for having me over.
Absolutely awesome to have you on. Thank you so much. So, Veronica, tell us, who are you and where do you come from?
Absolutely. I'm Italian. I live in Ireland for 17 years. I work for a IT company here, for a multinational IT company in Dublin, and I am a manager, of a sales team, mommy and wife.
I'm loving that list of accreditations there. There's plenty on, and you're obviously a very busy woman. So, and
It comes with the
congratulations.
workload.
Congratulations, you're now also an author. You've just been involved in writing this book that's coming out. So congratulations, and would you be kind enough to tell us a bit about the book?
Absolutely. First of all, thanks. I'm delighted. The book, it's as you can see just behind me here. You could have a little bit of a preview of what the book's going to look like, the title, and I'll tell you a little bit about it and what is it is all about. It's about empowerment. If we want to just full stop one word, but if we want to go a little bit deeper, what it is a collection of stories. Is a collection of 21 stories of 21 people with very diverse background, that they're really being honest and really opening themselves and sharing adversity that they lived in their life, in their personal life, in their business life, and how they overcome it. So it is absolutely truly inspiring to see example of people that they found something very challenging and how they went through that, and they come out with positivity, and they came out stronger, and they just changed the outlook of their life.
Oh, fantastic. I look forward to it. So tell us, I mean, give us a bit of a preview about your part of the book then, and maybe some of the topics and areas that you cover.
Absolutely. um well, I already gave you in the intro, so it's a little bit about the fact that I arrived in Ireland like long back, so it's a little bit covering what does it mean arriving in a new country uh, and changing your life. Then it is about trying to juggle, try to juggle family, trying to juggle work, your life, and the way to do it and the way I did it, at least is my experience that I'm sharing, is how to create an action plan for it, and an action plan for life. And within that, not forgetting it about self-caring about yourself, because that was something that maybe I forgot at the moment because it's busy. And you just juggle what you have to juggle, but you become the last of the list. And uh, and within the book, what we give is not only our experience and our view on what we learned, but we also give some exercise. And in a chapter there is actually some exercise that have been taught by Donna Kennedy. And some of these exercises, how did it help me to just figure out how to create my action plan. And uh, and also, like, it's also sharing a little bit of honesty and a moment that I was very down throughout COVID because I broke two legs. And that was certainly something that I didn't plan, was not in my action plan. I have to say it. It was an absolutely surprise. But how do you deal with it? And how do you change and adjust your life within COVID and with surprises that come to you, or not so much surprises? So, how do you become confident despite everything that is going wrong? And you turn it around and you survive and strive again.
Well, there's so much there. I mean, obviously, I mean, you mentioned about change, you mentioned about busy life, self-care, adjustment, confidence, prioritization, and then, to bring that into sort of in terms of taking action and how to plan, there's a lot there for people. And, who do you think is going to benefit most from your part in the book?
Well, I have to say, from my part, but not only, well, the first immediate thing could be somebody that is a mom, somebody that has a similar life, because I think the job of the mom doesn't finish at 5. It starts early, finish, and then restarts, is never ending. But like daddy's work, to be true, like parents. Never stops. But I have to say, everyone, like, if I have to look at it, there is not a single profile or age group that my stories or the stories of the 21 people will fit. It's for everyone that likes positivity. Let's be honest. People that really that actually felt vulnerable one day in the past, today. If you're feeling vulnerable and you really want to learn like out of it, or you want to be inspired, like this is a book for you. And if you want to feel better, like this is a book where you could get tips, you can get a way to turn it around. You know, you have the life of 21 people, like anecdotes of that, of what they lived, and you can learn from 21 people if it fits your situation.
Absolutely. So talk to us then about the creative, the writing process for you. I mean, are you a pen and a paper sort of a lady, or are you banging on the typewriter, or what was your approach?
Okay, I love pen and paper, and in fact, I have a pen in my hand. I feel really the pen helps you to create, but I think I'm also a very practical person, and working in IT and working remotely nowadays with the COVID situation, digital, it was necessary, because of course I would have loved to get a pigeon and send my paper over to proofread it, but the best way was digital copy. So I actually used certainly the laptop and wrote everything. I'm not gonna deny that I had a sketchbook, and then throughout the whole process, I was taking notes wherever I was and pointing the elements that I wanted to add to the book.
And was it an easy process for you going through it, or did it take a bit of soul searching?
I definitely believe it was a soul searching, and it was also a remove your shield exercise. One of the things that friends and colleagues and people that I had the pleasure to share part of my life with have been calling me was a superwoman. You're a superwoman. But in reality, no, I'm a woman, a mother, I'm a professional, I'm a wife, so I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. And you need to remove the shield and be humble and be honest and show vulnerability. And I think sometime in the past, I was not that able to do that. And throughout this process, I've been able to do it even more. And it's okay. Perfection doesn't exist. But what you should seek is not perfection. What you should seek constantly is progress. Try to know where you are now and can you progress? And if you in that moment you cannot progress and you need to stop and you need to recover, that's okay. But you just need to be able to assess yourself.
And it sounds like it really fits into today's world, just obviously with all the change and everything that's going on, and it's, do you feel it's been a positive contribution for you to be involved?
Definitely, definitely from two aspects. First of all, it was again a personal self-understanding, self-search, as you said before, soul search. So certainly there was element of myself that I kind of knew, but when you start putting it in paper or in digital, you just become much more visible, much more clear, and then you give it structure and you need to share it. So you need to just try to make it sense for you, to make it sense for other. So absolutely, I got some clarity within the madness that I was having in my head, in a good way, because I was making things happening, but sometimes I didn't know how it was happening. And I then discovered why otherwise I was not make to get to contribute and work with somebody, 21 people that are open to share and inspire others. So very enriching, I can say, in both ways.
That's awesome. And what was two things, I suppose, what was your intention here, and what message would you like people to take away?
If I have to say, I thought about three things, because I thought about this question before coming on. One was you set your own limits, okay? That was one of the things. Nobody else sets your limits. You need to set your own limits. But if today is not okay, it's okay. You need to take, again, time for you. And that's very important. And that's what I learned. And that's what I hope everybody remembers. And then the next one is what I said before, is everybody can progress. Like, a perfection doesn't exist. You just need to progress, like, to where you want to go and within your time.
And, you know, and I like that. I mean, and do you think now is the right time for the book?
And since also I just did some of my latest LinkedIn post and social media post just to share about the book, I think when people see that you're being so honest and you're being so open, that you also are challenged, they get fortified. They just don't feel alone. And I think within the condition that we are with the pandemic, with COVID, I think many of us felt alone for whatever reason. And I think it's a perfect time to say none of us is alone, but you need to understand that you can do it, or you need to get inspiration from somebody else. Sometimes you don't have the energy within you, and sometimes you need to find the energy outside. So this book could be the way for somebody to read and get the energy from these inspirational stories, you know? So absolutely, it's perfect time. If you're positive, it's a perfect book.
I like it. And I'm just noticing there, obviously, with the title, it talks about BeLIFE, obviously, in terms of living how you will today, and then also belief, but in negative belief. I'm assuming that's the way it's phrased.
You know, and also is the fact that it's something that I learned very recently. Our brain is programmed and we have a lot of automatic negative thoughts. And that's one of the first things that I put in my chapter when I was making the move from another country. Negative thoughts. Can I do this? Can I not do that? And we have them every day. So how do you manage those negative thoughts? You know, so try to take away the light, try to take away the negative, and try to live life to your fullness. You know, and I think this is what the book also, everybody in the book tried to tell within their own word and within their own story.
No, it's fantastic. So tell us, I mean, what's the call to action here? What do people need to do, and why is it so important to sort of buy it now?
Absolutely. So a part of the empowering piece and the fact that, like, we want to support anybody that might feel alone, and we want to share positivity. There is another call to action here, and not call to action. There is actually another beautiful story within the story. This book, it had been all the pre-order profits will go to charity. And I've been within years since I'm in Ireland, very much involved in with NGO, with local charities, and we have selected the Kevin Bell like a charity. So all the profit will go to them. So if you order before the 5th of November, so that would be one thing to know. And it's just buy for, make a charity, buy for yourself, buy for a friend, buy for Christmas present. It's very close. Christmas is not canceled. We still give to anybody, and this could be a great gift for a friend, for a member of the family, for a partner.
That's super. Listen, that's so, you know, it's great to have it. And I'm just wondering, has this unleashed an author within you? Is there more books to come on you, do you think?
Oh. I certainly have to say that my curiosity have been tingled. I don't know if I can use that word, and I certainly push a boundary that I didn't know. So I'm proud. Nevertheless, it's honest. I repeat, I'm not the best writer ever, but it's an honest story. So there might be. Who knows? You need to write the first to see if you like my writing.
Love it. Love it. Veronica, it's been absolutely awesome to really sort of hear your story, and the book is coming out shortly. It's available to pre-order now, so BeLIFE or BeLIEf. We're going to put the links below on the notes below in the description for people to reach out and be able to order the book. And listen, thank you so much for coming on, and I look forward to hearing more soon.
Thank you, Pete, and thank you, everyone. Bye.